medicare.com/mitigation.
Hey, it's Gary. Medicare annual enrollment is here, and it's time to keep your Medicare moving forward with Scan Health Plan. Scan is a comprehensive Medicare Advantage plan with new cost-saving benefits. Plans for 2022 may include $125 monthly give-back, lower out-of-pocket costs, more included dental coverage, and more. To learn more, call Scan Health Plan at 1-855-479-7226, TTY 711, or ask your local agent about Scan. Call Scan to see if you qualify. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Welcome in fall with Cedar Brothers. California-grown yellow peaches are just 99 cents a pound. Spice them up with new Tahitian chamoy sauce for only $1.99. And peaceful and tri-tip roasts are only $4.99 a pound. Savings all season long with Cedar Brothers Market.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing the game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel, with 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high limit room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamaba Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at yamaba.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
This week at Grocery Outlet, get your snack on with Pilot's Booty aged white cheddar puffs. 36-count boxes are just $9.99. Also, 31-ounce containers of UVAN traditional roast ground coffee are just $4.99.
Duffy Power Services, SoCal's generator expert. Dial pound 250 and say Duffy Power.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
24-hour news. More stimulating talk.
It is a Thursday morning, October 7th. Bill Handel here. Today we're starting a new series, 9:30, Mo Kelly, Entertainment News. And it's going to be fun because other than, I always make fun of Mo because he's always about superheroes. But there's a lot more to Mo than that. The guy knows his entertainment business. I mean, cold. Music, all of it. All right, let's go back. More Handle on the news, Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
December 8th. That is now the date that has been set to re-sentence convicted killer Scott Peterson to life in prison without parole. He's been on death row for over a decade for the murder of his wife Lacey and their unborn son. He had his death sentence thrown out because the trial judge made an error during jury selection. And Wayne, I need to give you credit. When this came down like a month ago, you said you were almost 100% sure that Scott Peterson would not be granted a new trial. That the only reason that the judge would have said that she would have said, no, this is going to stay a death or a conviction is because you said that he would be resentenced to life in prison without parole, and in fact that happened.
Yeah, and the reason is, Wayne, you know this case, it's pretty wonky as to why the death penalty was overturned. And it had to do with jury selection. And
and a juror kind of using subterfuge a little bit to get on that jury.
Yeah, and then that, that'll do it. That will do it.
Okay, this is me. Oh no, a guy in New Mexico's been arrested in the death of his wife. The authorities were able to discover her body by looking at GPS data from his ankle monitor that he was wearing.
Yeah.
So if you're on some kind of law enforcement supervision and you're wearing an ankle monitor, you don't kill your wife and take her out in the woods while you're wearing your ankle monitor because they're going to know where you went. And that's what happened to Armando Zamora.
Yeah, and he beat his wife to death with an axe. Beat her, I guess it's the length end of the axe. Trauma, but, I got to tell you, Judge is going to go crazy. First, of course, anger management courses will be ordered. And then they'll be jailed.
I feel like Wayne just gave a PSA to everybody wearing an ankle monitor.
Yeah, don't do any crimes. They're going to find you.
Cut it off first. If you have to, look, you're right, cut it off. I prefer you do not beat your spouse to death and bury their body in the forest.
Yeah,
amen.
That is my number one choice of what happens. But if that's unavoidable for whatever reason, and you're wearing an ankle monitor, and you don't want to be caught.
Yep.
Now, I'm not endorsing this. I'm saying, though, if all of these things are inevitable, then cut the monitor off first. Then go bury your wife's body,
Now,
because
you're
then
right.
they won't know where you buried her.
Precisely.
And I'm assuming, by the way, I'm giving him a lot of credit that at least he buried her, because he probably didn't even bother.
Okay.
All right, the Minnesota Supreme Court denied Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer, a request to have a public defender with him when he went for his appeal on his murder conviction in the death of George Floyd. Gentlemen, you take it away. Why was this done?
Well, first of all, in terms of lawyers that are provided by the state, that's only during trial. Even death penalty cases, which automatically go up on appeal, and virtually everybody who is on death row has had a government lawyer. There you get the appeals on death penalty. Yes, the government will provide lawyers. That's it. And so, in order to make it for, in order to meet the requirements for a public defender, it's tough. I mean, you got to prove your growth. And it looks like he just didn't do what he was supposed to do.
He has too much stuff.
Yeah.
Right now.
So he has to. Yeah.
What happened to the police league that provided his defense in the original trial? How come they're not helping him out anymore?
Because according to their rules, they only help during trial.
Mm-hmm.
Once the conviction has happened, they're off the hook. And they were not going to jump on this and help him anymore. Can you imagine the PR on that one?
That's what I was thinking. Oh, what a PR nightmare that would be for him.
And they had to defend him. Because that's part of the union rules. That's what the union provides, saying if you are tried during the course of your duties, we will defend. So Chauvin, his appeals are ridiculous. He's already filed appeals for jury misconduct, judicial error, and
everybody messed up. The jury messed up, the judge messed up, the prosecutors messed up, the expert witnesses messed up. Everybody got it wrong except for Derek Chauvin. He's the only one who understands it all.
All right, take a break, come back, and we'll finish handle on the news. Let's check in with Jennifer Jones, please.
The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits has dropped. Labor Department figures show 326,000 claims were filed last week. That's a fall of 38,000 from the week before. The Senate could be hours away from making sure the government can keep paying its bills. The nation will go into default in less than 2 weeks if Congress doesn't raise or suspend the debt limit. And a 100-year-old Nazi is going on trial today for his part in the Holocaust in World War II. He's accused of assisting in the murder of more than 3,500 prisoners, shooting some and using gas on others. Survivors of that camp will be in court. We've got to look at your drive on the 215 with Kfi in the sky next.
Yesterday, I had lunch with Mark Tice of HMS Capital, and we were talking about how much sense it makes to take equity out of your house. Because here it is, your property values have blown up. I mean, they're huge. You've got equity, and it's sitting there doing nothing. And so why don't you take that money, which is earning you nothing, and put it into some place that earns you money, and that's virtually any investment. That's why it makes sense to take the equity out of your house and just you take the money out. And I'm going to suggest going to HMS Capital. What I have done twice, and I've known Mark for over 16 years. HMS Capital, they're razor-sharp interest rates. They're confident they're going to earn your business. As a matter of fact, Mark does something that no other mortgage broker I've ever heard of does. Says you apply with another company as well as one. And I'll show you why you're going to go to HMS Capital. That's exactly what happened to me. HMS Capital. No appraisal fees, no application fees. Call 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. Meatball sandwich for lunch, by the way. Visit hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a DBA Government Finance Payment Number ID number 2427. HMS Capital is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130360. Equal housing lender.
Has COVID-19 made it hard to pay your rent or utilities? Are you worried about evictions? Eligible renters can now get 100% of their rent and utility bills paid. Apply today at housingiskey.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. It's a cloudy Thursday with a chance of showers and highs in the mid-60s to the mid-70s. This report is brought to you by the California COVID-19 Rent Relief Program. From Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. We're checking out the 215.
You betcha. A little good news, actually, now, if you just joined us. I was about to warn you about quite a problem north 215 just before the merge with the 15, but it went away pretty quickly, so just a little slow approaching. Not too bad. But boy, is there a big problem on the eastbound 210 now. It's just past Adler. That's right outside Rialto Airport. Carpool, 3 left. At times the whole freeway shut down to clear this. Crash resulting in 2 overturns. Everybody is there. Person hurt, fire department, CHP tow truck. Eastbound 210 now stopped at Sierra and is building very, very quickly. Eastbound baseline south of the freeway is pretty good shape. You can get on or back on at Ayala Drive and be on your way. Really, after that, it's in pretty good shape. And coming out of the Cullen Pass, now the other way, South 15 at Sierra, 2 left of them blocked since, 12:30 last night. Delays coming down from before the split, but once you get past that, once you get past Sierra, pretty good drive all the way down towards the 91. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
This report is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
During the extended 2-day sale at Ashley Home Store, take advantage of 50% off store-wide, plus another 5% off when you finance for 36 months. Going on now through October 11th only. America's #1 mattress and furniture store, Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Hey, if you want to sell your house or condo fast and easy, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy your home as is for cash. With Seller's Advantage, there are no realtor fees or commissions, no escrow fees, no repairs needed, no open houses, no strangers walking through your home. They buy your house or condo for cash. David and Doug from Seller's Advantage just bought a house from one of our KFI listeners. The owner wanted to sell the house. He met with a couple of real estate agents, and then he met with Seller's Advantage. He compared the numbers. Well, he went with Seller's Advantage. Smart KFI listener. He ended up with the same money, same bottom line, and no repairs, no headaches, no open houses, no hassle. He says working with Seller's Advantage was the easiest real estate transaction he has ever completed. If you're considering selling your home, call Seller's Advantage and see how much your home is worth. BRE number 01961658. Call now for your free quote. Call 888-321-AS-IS. Call 888-321-AS-IS. That's 888-321-AS-IS. Or go to sellersadvantage.com.
You're tired of your car. You want something new, and you want it now. No problem. Roto has your back. That's R-O-D-O. Sell your old car and get into a new one right from the comfort of your couch. Use the Roto app to browse thousands of vehicles from local dealers for the best deal on the wheels you really want. Roto, the fastest, easiest way to buy or sell a car. Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's RODO.com.
I can create a future that I look forward to.
I can get where I was meant to go.
I can transfer to a 4-year university.
When you pursue an associate degree for transfer at a California community college, you're on your way to earning your guaranteed safe spot at a 4-year university.
With an associate degree for transfer, I can do this.
Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
I am one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC.
Which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I am living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Find yourself in Spain. Visit Café Sevilla in the heart of downtown Costa Mesa, San Diego, and Long Beach. Enjoy live 50 King-style music and late-night dining in the Tapas Bar 7 nights a week. Or experience their dazzling flamenco dinner show every weekend. With the holidays fast approaching, Sevilla offers private event spaces that will wow your guests. Dine like a true Spaniard and toast the holidays with a steaming pan of paella and festive sangria. Visit cafesevilla.com for more info. Olé!
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
Shout out to the black market nail salons that never closed, where you would call and they'd just be like, hello, and you're like, hey, can I get a pedi, Manny? And they'll be like, yeah,
What's the
use the
code
back
word?
door, and like you go in the back. And,
Were you that person, you and Deborah? Because Deborah's nails stayed done too.
but I waited months. Like I did my own nails.
Jerry and Shannon, weekdays at 10 a.m.
The only word I could use to describe your nails at that time was ratchet.
No, that's not true.
On KFI.
October 7th. Good morning. And let's continue on. Actually, let's finish Handle on the news. Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne Resnick, and me.
And Bill, you have some new members of the Cal State Alumni Club. For the first time ever, there was a Cal State graduation ceremony held inside a state prison. This happened in Lancaster. It's part of an educational partnership between the facility and Cal State LA, where some of the inmates there got a BA in communication studies.
Yeah, how cool. 23 inmates. And college. Now, you can get vocational training in prison all the time, and that's been going on forever. But college degrees are difficult, and usually do correspondence courses, sort of BS degrees. This is the real thing. This is the real thing. And then the recidivism rate for people who have graduated, even high school, is way, way down relative to the prisoners who haven't. And the most popular class, incidentally, vocational, is welding. Did you know that?
No, but that's big money.
Yeah, it is. Also, it helps you break into safes. It's easier.
That's why it's big money.
That's right.
All right. Not do they have a case, but is this legal, is my question. There is UC Health in Colorado that says it's going to deny organ transplants to somebody who won't get vaccinated. Can they do that?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think they can.
I
Because
assume it's private, and so then they've got that on their side.
first of all, you don't have a constitutional right to an organ. Second of all, there's discrimination all over the place with organ transplants. Age, your lifestyle. So they can simply say, no vaccine. So, there's a sign right there in the hospital.
So that's your lifestyle.
Yeah,
You're unvaccinated.
Yeah, no vaccinations, no service, no organs.
Oh man, I love the state of Idaho for their political treachery. This keeps happening, where the governor leaves the state, and while the governor is out of state, the lieutenant governor is in charge of the acting governor, and this lieutenant governor, Janice McGeechan, who's already said she wants to run for governor, she uses her temporary power to do big things like invoking a ban on vaccine mandates. Which the governor does not support. He left town. She said, I hereby ban vaccine mandates. And he said, the second that I'm back, I'm undoing this nonsense.
Now, a couple things about that is, number one, when you think of someone running for office, governor or president or vice president, it's on the same ticket. Lieutenant governor and governor are quite often on totally separate tickets. And so you can have a Democrat one and a Republican on the other. In California, I still think it's run separately, that it's not the same election, it's not the same team. And this actually happened. Jerry Brown, when he was governor, and I think it was Mike Curb, was the lieutenant governor, pulled that stunt, where Jerry Brown was out, he signed some orders, not to this, certainly not to this level, getting rid of the mandate. And then the governor, I said, what are you doing? He walked back into the state 2 days later and, of course, undid all of that, which is what's going to happen here.
This is her messaging her base
Yeah, that's what it
in the
is.
run-up to challenging Brad Little for the governorship.
No question. I will continue to fight for your individual liberty. Boy, that doesn't sound like a political statement. Vote for me when I run next time around.
All Brad Little's got to do is get some footage of the inside of the IC units in Idaho and say, yeah, look how her policies are helping.
That's a good point. That's actually a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
All right, I didn't even know this was a problem, but the red tape has been cut for tribes in California to operate ambulances, which will help obviously with response time. But the governor signed this bill yesterday that exempts ambulances owned by fire departments of federally recognized tribes from the requirement to have a special license. That's like a private ambulance company would have to go through. But they say that now this will simplify the process that regular cities and counties have.
Which makes sense. I mean, this is just one of those bureaucratic, unintended consequences, which I always talk about. They passed a law, and boy, we didn't know that tribes would be affected that way. Interesting that you called it red tape. I think that's a very interesting phrase. I don't know if I would do that.
Hey, you want to end? You want to end by kissing some listener butt with story 18, Jen?
Let's see. Just put it down. Oh yes. Because we're freaking brilliant here in Atlanta.
Yep, second smartest.
Why do you think it's second?
Because
that's what the
I know it is, but why do we have to lead with that?
All right.
How about we're just freaking smart?
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're just casual, fair weather fan, whatever. LA sports fans ranked second smartest in America. There's a company that developed this methodology using some analytics from Google to figure out which cities across the country have the smartest fans when it came to professional men's sports, and they looked at all the data and found that LA did come in number 2, Chicago was number 3, and New York, well, they were first.
And that's in terms of knowing sports.
Yeah.
And that's based on searches. And it gets kind of interesting because Tom Brady was the most searched question in 4 states, but it had to do with minutia. Everybody knows about Tom Brady. You can answer virtually any question, and I'll bet you that the searches were who was Tom Brady's first girlfriend kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those are the searches. So
but you know what? We were in third, I heard, until Google started hearing you talking about football. You pushed us over the top to number 2.
Damn straight. That's right. As I used to know, how, was it checkers in football or innings? And then I found out it was, after a search, it was quarters.
See, right there. Boop.
Okay, we're done, guys, with the news. Coming up, the school shooting that the news broke. Actually, we were watching it as we did the story yesterday as we were doing the show. An update on the school shooting in Texas. Jim Ryan, ABC News correspondent, is covering that story, and we're going to have him come aboard and give us some information. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Not just stimulating talk, it's more. KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Hoping for a green light. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Pfizer has asked the FDA to authorize its COVID-19 vaccine for kids under 12. Pfizer says if regulators give it the go-ahead, shots could begin within a matter of weeks for kids 5 to 11. The company has said its lower-dose vaccine works and appears to be safe in the study of children. News is brought to you by Applied General Agency. Well, the Dodgers have won the National League wildcard game against the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's get details on the game from Wayne.
The Cardinals scored first in last night's National League playoff elimination game by capitalizing on a wild pitch from Dodgers Max Scherzer. That let Tommy Edman score from third. The Dodgers earned their first run courtesy of Justin Turner with a solo homer in the fourth to tie it. Then things stayed at a stalemate all the way until the ninth, and Chris Taylor's at bat with 2 outs.
Reyes on 2-1. Taylor. Fly ball to left and deep.
Chris Taylor, a walk-off home run. The Dodgers are walking off to San Francisco. They win the wild card, 3-1. Here comes Taylor to the plate. They are mobbing it. The crowd is going crazy. The Dodgers advance to the National League Division Series.
Game 1 against the Giants is tomorrow at 6:30 live on AM 570 LA Sports. I'm Wayne Nesmith, KFI Sports.
The Coast Guard's investigating whether a cargo ship anchored close to the oil pipeline that ruptured off the coast from Huntington Beach may have caused the spill. The ship made a series of unusual movements, and the Coast Guard is looking into the possibility its anchor might have snagged the pipeline. The Associated Press has reviewed data from the navigation service that tracked ships and found the cargo ship registered in Germany appears to have moved over the pipeline. Now, the CEO of Amplify Energy says the reaction to an oil spill in Huntington Beach was immediate, but a federal report says an alarm went off hours before the company did anything.
There was no lag in communication.
Amplify Energy CEO Martin Wilker even tried to insinuate for a second here he didn't know about documentation that a low-pressure sensor went off at 2:30 Saturday morning. Sticking to his claim, the company didn't know till about 8 a.m.
Like I said, ma'am, I don't know what documentation that is that you're referring to, but we did not notify Reverend. It is an initial report from federal regulators. Yes, ma'am.
He says initial estimates that 144,000 gallons of oil spewed out into the ocean could end up being much lower. In Huntington Beach, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
KFI's Blake Trolley got a bird's eye view of the spill.
U.S. Coast Guard crews took members of the media up in an airplane over the spill. This photographer was strapped in a harness taking photos from the open back half of the plane yesterday.
At Newport Harbor area, you can see they have those barriers in place. That was the most easily recognizable thing.
Fog delayed the tour by 3 hours. The Coast Guard crews say the foggy conditions have made it harder to see the extent of the spill. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
A COVID-19 vaccine requirement will start being enforced for most indoor spaces in the city of LA next month. City Council approved the ordinance yesterday. Mayor Garcetti signed it hours later. Proof of full vaccination will be required to enter indoor restaurants, bars, gyms, shopping centers, entertainment venues, and personal care businesses. A federal judge has ordered Texas to suspend its new abortion law. The law went into effect last month, and it bans abortions at 6 weeks or once a fetal heartbeat is detected. Health experts say some women don't even know they're pregnant at that point. Officials in Texas are expected to appeal the ruling. And Disney fans who have paid hundreds of dollars for an annual pass are complaining about the lack of available reservations for Disneyland and California Adventure. The new Magic Key annual passes went on sale in August and cost between $399 and $1,399, but Magic Key reservations are completely booked on weekends all the way through Thanksgiving. Key holders can make 2, 4, or 6 reservations at a time in a 90-day window, depending on their pass type. Just taking a look at your drive on the 10.
Boy, oh boy, good morning. We got a lot of problems to warn you about here. Make sure you stick with us. First going to Montclair now. This is westbound San Bernardino Freeway around Indian Hill. Motorcyclists, several cars tangled, and we've got a bunch of lanes blocked. They're trying to get this cleared real quick, but the westbound 10 now stops just west of Mountain. That's filling very quickly. Now, westbound Arrow Highway, if you've never tried it, it's still in pretty good shape. You can get on or back on a town, and away you go. Now, going the other way, some really good news. Going by the Alto Airport, this terrible reported crash eastbound 210 with Adler, a couple overturns, but all lanes have been reopened. So, you were listening earlier, I had this way, keep on trucking, it's okay. South 15, Seattle, coming out of the pass, 2 left lanes are still blocked there, and east of the interchange, be careful, South 5,